When we talk about the shift from reactive to proactive, in terms of AI capability, it can mean a mix of RAG agent-based intelligence, dialogue flows, and agentic AI capabilities. And this is a context-aware AI agent that can both retrieve the right knowledge and act autonomously within defined business processes and procedures, not just respond to questions. The reason why agnoStack is super important behind the scenes is because we've actually unified the whole retail back office system within agnoStack. So as a AI agent and a retailer, you now have a 360 view of who is customer across all of these systems. And we're going to leverage that data today to provide more of a proactive experience. I'm going to kick things off just by asking a couple questions to give you a bit of an idea. As I mentioned, knowledge is a super important piece. So think of the questions you'd get day in, day out. What is your refund policy? What colors does this particular bag come in? This is like a prime example of where you start on your AI journey. And we talk about self-service, but that AI agent needs knowledge. And in this scenario, we've provided it as so. As a customer, you could simply go through a couple examples, and I'm going to go through a returns process. Just before I do, I just want to emphasize the way I've designed this. This is Ola, the AI agent. And conversationally, you'll see throughout the whole demo today, it's going to stay on brand. It's going to match sentiment. It's going to talk in our brand tone of voice. It really does become more about design rather than capability with the AI agent. We've got a couple examples here. Someone wants to book a virtual styling session. They want to explore new collections. They want to find the nearest boutique. These could very easily be, I want to check my order. I want to speak to a stylist, whatever that looks like, basically. Experience is now very much about design as opposed to technically, are you able to do things? I'm going to jump into it, give you a bit of an example of what that can look like. And I'm going to say, great, I'd like to make a return. And I guess first cab off the rank for Ola is she needs to identify who we are. Now, this can be done with order numbers or email addresses. In this scenario, I'm just going to use an email address. And what Ola is going to do is she's going to stick to our process and procedures. She's going to look at the agnoStack API that has all of this retail back office data to then pull the appropriate records of order history for this person. So we've had a look at the ecom data. We've got a couple order numbers here. We've got the metadata relating to the item. It was ordered, delivered, the amount that was paid, even the payment gateway that was used. And you can see this person has actually ordered a couple things, address, glasses. So from a user perspective, it's really as simple as selecting the order, and the AI agent is going to continue going through the process, just understanding, okay, now we need to cross-reference that with policy. Does it fit our returns framework? So you can see this return here was ordered on the 1st of the 2nd, delivered on this date, and we've got a 14-day policy within arrival, and we've actually gone to dynamically check that and let the customer know, great, we've verified everything, you're fit for a return, would you like me to proceed? In this scenario, you could very easily just return the item, send out the prepaid ship, the label for them to put in a parcel and send off. But the way we've designed our process here and what we think best practice is we want to dive in a little bit deeper and understand, okay, why is this person returning this item? And I'm just going to say I didn't like the color. Now, this is going to enrich any kind of reporting on the back end as well. So as a business, if you want to see how many returns you're getting at a SKU level, like a product level, you'd be able to report on all of that. But the AI, you can see so far, it's doing all the legwork and it's quite conversational. Now, this is where we're going to shift from reactive to proactive. So again, by looking at the agnoStack API, we've got access to our product catalog, and we're going to be able to say to this customer, okay, I know you want to return this bag because you didn't like the color. And I can see in our catalog, we've actually got a new release of bags in. We also can look at your marketing data and your preferences in our CRM or your Klaviyo platform, as an example, to understand what you like and what don't you like. Now, before we go straight to returning, we could also issue a credit and just show you some of the bags that are available this season, basically. Did you want to proceed? Now, if I were to just let the AI know, yes, I want to, again, it can go one step further and just say, okay, great. Is there a particular type of product you're interested in seeing more so, like a category of product, or do you want to keep it to bags? You want to see everything? It's actually saying it's basically browsing. I'm just going to say in this scenario here, I just want to look at bags. Now, what that's done, it's had a look at the catalog, it's had a look at my preferences, all via the agnoStack API, because we've consolidated all that data in the retail back office to understand this is what we think this customer will like. And the AI agent is trying to save the revenue as opposed to keeping it transactional and returning. Now, as the customer, I've got a couple different options here. I've got 3 bags. I can tell the AI agent I love it. I can even go through straight to an agent, talk to a stylist, many different kind of calls to action. In this scenario, for the sake of the use case, I'm going to say, I love it. And the AI agent's going to come back to me and say, okay, that's great. Now, I can actually build out your cart for you and send you the payment link based on your previous orders. So let me do the legwork for you. Let me send you out the payment link, your cart, and we'll get stuck into it and you can just do what you need to do on your end and we'll get things moving basically. Probably at this point in the conversation, I want to throw a little bit of a spanner in the works because this in reality may come up quite often. I need to know as a customer a little bit more detail. Like, am I going to be out of pocket for this thing? Or like, when do you actually return my money? Is it once you inspect? Like, what does that look like? So I'm going to pose a question at this point in the conversation, and it's going to give me a bit of a snapshot as to what the process is. So you can see all that contextual knowledge, the whole retail back office information, the terms of policies, procedures. It's all being used in conjunction to solve that use case. And with the power of agnoStack's enterprise API capability, we finally got a 360 view of customer and we can do these things. Now, just to give you an example, at this point in the conversation, I want to go ahead, like, let's do this thing. I want to buy the bag. Let's do it. Now, what the AI agent has done in this scenario, again, looked at that whole retail back office data and it said, great, we actually know you have a couple bags with us. And just for the inconvenience, we've applied a 10% discount off the purchase of the bag. Here is your link to checkout. Let me know if there's anything else you need. From a customer perspective, they've got everything they need to go and transact as so. So when we're talking like the shift from reactive to proactive, once you free up that resourcing and you cut out the noise of all the things coming in, it'll enable businesses and brands to actually think like this and say to themselves, how do we want to design these experiences?